What's everyone? Well, I'm so psyched I've got my gi on. Sorry about the shoes, but the morning dew is not just extremely wet on the ground, but there are clearly a lot of rabbits out at night, and they've done their business all over the place. So hence the shoes. So forgive me for that. Let's just start stretching. Just very specific for the muscles we're going to use. Okay, hami, 2正面、3、4、5、6. Just let your shoulders follow the line of your hip. 7、8、9、10. 逆突きついて、1、hami, 2正面、3、4、5、6. Remember, this is likely to happen. Shoot it out under. 8、9、10. So you have to get your timing perfect. Also to make sure there's no delay. Which muscles are firing first? Yeah, it's under the arm. Yeah, shoot it out straight. 3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10. はい。自由に構えて。Moving forward, so the mass moves forward here, and then your hip rotates here. And you're going to be letting that back heel come up on the second one. Mass for Kizamazuki, light hand, heavy body. Body rotation for Gyakuzuki. Don't turn your body on Kizamazuki because your front foot's on the move. So you don't want to have your front foot floating while you're turning away from it. You can go radiate, okay? Radiate your power here. Twisting here is okay because you're planting your leg. Even if you're floating on here, you've got lower body, upper body diagonal. Here, yeah, forward, forward. Some don't start popping back early. See, forward, forward. Go body forward, hip forward. Roll body forward, right hip forward. Chich. Ha. Yes. Now heel's gonna come up because this is what you don't lose. Don't risk doing this. Okay? So you're gonna start throwing your shoulders around. You want complete freedom up here. Let's do 10 more. Yeah. Yeah. Some. See. Go. 6、7、8、9、10. はい。やめ。Get warmed up pretty quick. Okay, let's change sides. The other side. Okay, 1、2、3、4、5. Don't think you're doing more by bringing that shoulder and keep that natural. 6、7、8、9, compress 10, 10 more. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10. 逆突きついて。1、2、中段。3、上段。4、5、ドン right on the chin. 6. I always go for sternum, and be careful with that because I very often see chudan has been brought down here. But when something's as low as that, you really need to be sinking your body in and hitting them early because this is bunched up. And that's not the way you really want to practice it because it's going to jolt and you can see it's going to go up here. So keep your chudan more sternum. If you want to hit lower, you're going to have to drop your elbow, drop your lats rather than punching down here unless your force is downward. But that's a different thing. Anyway, let's carry on. Here, it's on the chin. Near sternum. 3、4. Also the sternum, when you think about it, it's a nice bony, exposed piece of body to hit. Solar plexus, really hard to hit. You know, I'd rather go lower and catch someone breathing in than try and aim for the solar plexus all the time because it's a very small space to get there. Okay, hit that sternum. 3 on the chin. 4 on the sternum. 5、6、7、8. Shoot it out straight. Yes. Okay, 自由に構えて. Okay, like before, body, hip goes forward for the next one. So there's a constant movement forward. Don't stop. Forward, forward. Forward with the center. Forward in particular with the left side. Okay, yeah. 3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10. Yes. Okay, from there, let's do 10 more. This time from here, don't go 1 followed by 2. make sure, let's say in Japanese, hiki nagara, while you make hikite. Hiki nagara gyakuzuki. Okay, so the hikite will, literally increase the speed of the punch going out if you link them together. But very often, they're not linked together, so that's a drawback that we should be careful that we don't fall into. From here, expand, pull it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Yummy. You're gonna go back now and shift forward on those. So instead of 1, 2, popping back, 1, 2, dragging forward. But try and have the sort of longest, deepest, most committed moment on the impact of gyakuzuki. So we're not dragging it up as we are supposed to be driving the back leg. So let's go half speed for a few. Kamaite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay, so our timing is going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And there's a real tendency to drag the back leg up prematurely. So we end up doing something like this. And don't be lazy. You want to feel, how can I say? Well, when you do it properly, you'll feel it, because what you have is boom, that heaviness, boom, that heaviness and that length, and also, to a large degree, alignment for the gyakuzuki. Then you retract, of course, to your kamae. Hey, kamae. Yes, boom, there's the hit, then you bring it back after. Yes, there's the hit. Some extend that back leg, extend your arm, so they're working, really harmoniously. Shi, yush, go, boom, boom, roll, dong, dong, shi, yush. Let's do the other side. Yeah, boom, dong, yeah, dong, dong. Some, shi, yush, go, rock, shi. Well, it's a little tricky, but when you have a good one, you recognize it. So it's very important to persevere on these things, because if you don't feel it, then of course you're not experiencing it. So you don't know what to look for, and then of course you don't know when it's right and when it's wrong. When you have one good one, you can always, there's all kinds of worms coming out. So from here, 1, 2, then back. So you not just get that power moment, but also, as I said, that synchronicity between your arm and your leg becomes a little bit more complete. Hey, stretch, stretch, squeeze. Stretch, stretch, squeeze. Some, she, go, rock, ha. So now what I'm feeling is at that moment of hit, and then it retracts by itself. Let's do the other side and try and reproduce that feeling on the other side. Really stretching my front quads and my hip flexor. Yeah, I can just feel that moment where it's right at the limit, it pops back. Some pops back by itself. She go, look, she yummy. Hey, okay. Bend your knees. Stretch. When you get close to the ground, it's amazing the amount of nature you see. Hey, okay. Come right there. So let's come a little closer. When we're doing kizami maigiri, we have to approach both kicks to a degree in the same way. So with maigiri on the back leg, of course, it's all about squeezing that. But when it's on the when you're kicking on the front leg, it must all be about the back leg. Instead, we tend to, or something like this, or we end up with a tiny little stance, and then we just end up doing this. So what I want you to do is sink down deep, deep, deep on that back leg. Sink down deep, deep, deep on the front leg. Sink deep on the back leg. Sink deep on the front leg. And I don't really go that much deeper. Feels like I am. It feels like I'm going super deep, but actually you're not really doing that. But also what of course you're doing is engaging everything here. You see how actually my hip sort of goes forward. It might not physically, measurably go forward when you're doing the kick, but the sense of forwardness is there, and that's a very important consideration that you can't discount. Okay, let's just do 10. We'll do the first 5 a little bit half speed, then the second 5 a little bit faster. Sinking on the back leg, yeah, sinking on the front leg. Yeah, sink down, squeeze and sink. Some, see. Go from the side here. Oh, rock, sink it. Chich, get that priming of the joint as well. Hutch, don't hoof it up. Yes. Ka. Yeah. Ha. Changing legs. Front leg to back leg. Yeah, sink, sink. Yeah, sink on that back leg, sink on the front leg. Some. See. Go. Don't lose the size of your stance. Rock. Keep that full side. Don't. Okay, make yourself with a big stance. I mean, stack the odds against yourself. We all want to get smaller and smaller. That's just cheating. Sink on it. Shit. Hutch. Ha. Chip. Ha. Yummy. Hey now. Okay, let's put those together. Start with your kizami maegiri. Tsuki tsuki maegiri. Kizami maegiri, kizamazuki, gyakuzuki, maegiri. You're back in kamae already. So again, after here, you're getting the elbow bend with the knee bend. So you have that nice kind of relationship between the elbows and the knees. Okay, let's do 10 of these, getting faster as we get to the last few. Hitch. Yeah, don, 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 don. Some. She. Go. Rock. Chich. Hach. Ka. Chip. Ha. Hey, yummy. It's a massive bee swirling around the camera there. I should put a drop of honey on top of that camera. Bit of a wobbly surface, spongy, but that's okay. The sponginess shows you how imperfect you are. Okay, kizami maegiri, kizamazuki, gyakuzuki, maegiri, modotte, moving back. Yeah, don, don, yeah. So you're probably doing the same. Whatever I'm doing, I imagine quite a few of us are doing in terms of error. Here I'm staying a little high, flicking out my punches because the maegiris are a little bit more pressurized. So let's try not to do that. From here, some go deep. Boom. See, go deep. Oh. That's what I say to the kids all the time. You push it a little bit more, go a little deeper, do a little more work, but the reward is huge. See, go. Rock. Chich. Hach. Ka. Chip. Ha. Yummy. Hey out. Let's carry on with a similar feel, yeah? From here, Oizuki comes in. So we're going to snap it back. Yeah. Some. She. Go. Ha. So when you snap it back, your body is not coming back with that, which is related, of course, to our kizamazuki, gyakuzuki. We're not going to pull our body back while the gyakuzuki is going out. Body in, then we come back after. In the same way, body hits, body hits, body hits, body still hitting as your arm's coming back. Yeah, boom. Yeah, body still going forward. Some, don't reach out. See, go. Oh, yes. Remember, when you reach out, what you're actually doing is, how can I say, your mind is leading the supposition that the person is moving back as well. So, you know, that's a big stretch. So it means you're reaching for something that's not even there. So if you can't control yourself doing kihon like this, then how can you control yourself with an opponent? You will just keep reaching, just keep trying to poke them in the eye when of course you want to be maintaining the integrity of the movement and you know, your objectivity. So from here, boom, don't reach. Come out there. Center hits. Here, boom. Center hits. Here. Some center hits. Shit, crack center hits. So from there, we're going to stay soft in from Jiukamai today. Oizuki, Agiuke, Yakuzuki. Okay, here, Oizuki. Now don't swing it up like this. And Yakuzuki. Yeah, just on. Comes back. Maybe not all the way to here, but it comes back on that course. Hop back, Yakuzuki. Yeah, just don, yeah, don. Some, don. Okay, the one thing you look out for, one of these. Don't do that. Why? Because you've immediately stopped your training, basically. Training is specific, always. You're never free when you're training. Don't fall for the idea that, yeah, do what you want. No, it's very specific. Show me a world-class athlete that doesn't work on specifics. Doesn't exist. Work on specifics and be absolute about it. So the habit for Agiuke is, of course, if you're doing Agiuke Gyakuzuki, let's say, is to do this. Not this. Okay, if anyone does that, you're just being lazy. Simple as that. Dependent. So a little bit faster. I'm not going to go full speed. I want you to see, and I want you to work on it. Oizuki hit with this. Here, it bounces back to here. Don't get the prep punch. Don't leave it there, because then you will get stuck, because you're going to be too late. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, hit, prep, go. Okay? Do the same thing for Sotuke, Uchiuke, Gedamburai. Hey, come out there. Yeah, Oizuki, Sotuke, Gyakuzuki. Yeah, don. Remember, you're hitting with this. Boom, so this arm can come back here. Let's go a little faster, but very specific. Hit with belly. Yeah, it's back preps you. Yeah, some. Yeah, go. Shit, forward. Hutch, go. Hit with your stance. Hitch. Yeah, some. She, go. Hey, okay. Uchiuke next. So with Uchiuke, left and right side. Hit, here, don. Yeah, don't start swinging your arm around. Some, boom, boom, don. She, hit, don. Go, here, don. Yosh. One more, roll, yosh. Okay, you can do dozens of these. I'm just going to whiz through them. Agiuke, under, don. Sotuke, use your back to draw the elbow straight back. Now look, when you draw it straight back, don, you're going to have something like that. When you go like this, you're going to have this. It's not good at all. Don. Every opportunity, don't go to here for the answer. Go to here for the answer. Okay? Boom, boom. Uchiuke, hit. Don't go to here for the answer. Go to here. In this case, it's this side. 1, 2, 3. With Gedamburai, similar to Uchiuke in some ways, but in others, no. Uchiuke, no rotation. Okay? So it comes back, closing on the opposite side. Gedamburai, you rotate, but you're not rotating like Agiuke because you're using the opposite side squeeze of Uchiuke. So it's a combination. Don. So the same thing with Gedamburai. Here, don, body. Here, some. She, body preps, don. Oh, body preps, don. Raw, body preps, don. Shit, yush. Okay, so you can keep speeding up. And if you're doing it correctly, well, I have to say, it gets better and better when you speed up. If you're doing something slightly incorrectly, you can get away with it under a certain environment. But when you speed up or you're under pressure, it's just going to fall apart. Okay, let's take a break. Okay, let's finish with a bit of kata and see, well, you know, basically see if what we've been doing is relevant in our kata. So we'll go kanku dai today. Kiotsuke. Kanku dai. Yo. Yeah. Draw this up, gaze higher and higher. You can look through there. That's just simply showing that you're being expansive. It's for a whole bunch of reasons, and we can go into bunkai, or we can go into this and it, but never mind about that. One of your things is the inspiration you can get from gathering everything up. So this is not uncommon in more esoteric arts to have big round movements. You know, you look at the Aikido, they're often doing these round, huge movements, gathering up ki. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not speculating, but there you are. Finish here. A little push feeling almost, because what we don't want to do is start lifting here, which you see sometimes. I don't know why, because everything should come from below. Hitch. Quite expansive. This leg is primed. Push yourself. Push yourself to the other side. Now use this leg. Use your right leg. Don't use your left side. It's always the opposite of what's obvious. Push out your left arm with that right leg. Yeah, prep. Some. She prep. Just same as we were doing in kihon. She. Rotate your hip. Don't step across. Rotate that foot across. Because what you're doing, you're stepping while you're looking, or you're looking and that creates the step. So turn your body. Turn that prep. Shitch. Arch. Good. Yeah. From here. Don't do this. Cut that hip round. Cut the hip round. Yes. Yeah. Good prep. Some. See. Cut deep. Oh. Drop down. Drop down to drive. Don't drop down and stay there. Drop down looking to drive. Shh. Hutch. I just switched the camera on you. So just like when we were here, we didn't walk across here. We turned our hip. Turned our hip. In the same way, when we get to here, remember we're on the reverse side now. Don't bring this way. Turn towards it. Turn towards it. So same on the other side. Don't bring it back here. Turn to face. I mean, it's difficult, but you know, turn to face. The hands will come here, but they come via here rather than strongly here. Turn to face. Yeah. Some. Okay. Cut the hip round. She. Oh. Walk. Shit. Sweep this arm through, just like before. Don't prep with this backhand. You're vulnerable here. Cover. Cover. Here. After maigiri, do this. We can go into that in much greater detail, perhaps in a Heian-yondan video, but from here, after maigiri, this one doesn't go backwards. This one goes forward. So it gives the impression of going, this hand gives the impression of going backwards, but you're not flapping, okay? Forward, 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 forward. Basically, that's the mechanics. So try and have that, which means, of course, you have to keep going forward with this. It's here. Body, just like we did with Uchuki before. Some here. Yeah. Some. She. Oh. Look. Get that hammy. Shit touch. No half step, of course, but have your intention. You should have developed it by now. So drive. Let me move over slightly. From here, as you drive, you're flexing your left leg. Flex it to push you directly. In other words, don't make it about leaning away. Where are we? From here, flex it to push your hip towards the target directly. Straight into nuke there. Over the top. Yeah. Some. From here, keep your hip low. Go. Look. The challenge now is not to move around too much. We'll all do it a little bit. Try and keep it down here. Some. As we finish, well, this is worth talking about. All the things you have in movement are included in this last move of kanku. That's why kanku is such a rich kata, and kata I wouldn't recommend doing for your shodan, or your nidan for that matter, because it reveals all. It shows you exactly where you are in your approach to movement. So when we move, or when we make a step, we guide the direction with our center, just like we did here. It's not guided by our feet and hands. The center guides the direction and manipulates everything else. That's one. The second thing is, we have a power driving leg, and we have whether you're kicking or whether you're stepping, we have a leg that's being manipulated or moved. It doesn't do the movement. That's two. The third thing is, well, the third and the fourth are related. The third thing is your limbs should be coordinated and harmonized. And the fourth thing, which is related to the third thing, is that when we're doing a slow move, we don't start slowly and finish fast. So what we don't want to do, this is wrong, is leave the hand, is step with the foot, is not face here, and then to sort of play catch up at the end. That's really bad. I'll try and do this. Floor's difficult, I'm making excuses, but try and do more like this. Guide the direction with your center. Make this leg subordinate to the power leg and move your hands. Plus, start with a spark. Something more like that. That wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. Trying to get it's all sort of mossy, spongy things and lots of rabbit stuff. So I'm trying not to draw that down. Turn your body. Okay, that wasn't great, but that little pause, there was no weight on my foot, so that kind of step by step, it's on the right path. Let's try another one. Move. See how this sort of stops and this sort of stops, and they all stop together. So that's more what we're aiming for. Look for little moves like that in your kata, especially in this time now where we're doing a lot of self-training, a lot of self-reflection, we have to make a lot of, validation of our movements. Why are we doing this? So think about all those things. We have time, possibly weeks or even months training like this. So concentrate, have some discipline, and be hard on yourself. Thank you. See you next time.